Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. So today here I'm basically reviewing Vampyr. Should you buy the game? Should you avoid it? What are my opinions on it? So recently, if you watched my channel, you've seen that I have put out a Dark Souls video where I've tried Dark Souls 3 for the first time, and I did a little counting before that, and it turns out Dark Souls 3 was my 752nd game. This is actually my 751st. So I played Vampyr before Dark Souls, and after returning to Dark Souls, after returning from Dark Souls to Vampyr, I actually finished the game, which is rare, because in my opinion for the last 3 years there hasn't been a game that actually challenged or bited, or any game that I actually had cause to finish, because it was either bland or halfway, or in the first third of the game I knew how it would finish, or there was some, errors in the game, etc, etc. So this game actually challenged me, and it was fun. I enjoyed the story. Before I get into Vampyr itself, I first want to talk about the concept of the game, so what I will be working here. Everything here is my own opinion, so nobody paid me for this review. I'm doing this is my own opinion. If you don't like it, or if you have something else to say, if you don't like the game or whatever, tell me in the comments down below. But first, let's talk about the game. Now, game, in my opinion, should have three basic concepts. First, that it's fun. It's a game. You're playing the game to have fun. Distract your mind from your daily jobs, from your housewife, whatever. The second game is that it's challenging. Not Dark Souls challenging. The game that doesn't require you to hold W, press, the left mouse click on regular intervals and sometimes right mouse. That's fine. Everybody likes that game. It's called casual games. It's for relaxing. Whatever. But if you're paying $60 for a game, I don't want the game to just make me press one button and press the other at, regular intervals, so just I can see more of the story. I don't want to spend my money on something that won't be fun for me, at least not that much. Fine, I'll spend $2, $5, maybe even $10 on a game like that. But not 50, 60, 100, fuck no. Anyways, so that is challenging. That it's not like a click fest or whatever. And the third is learning. Not learning like, learn how to code or something like that. That's fun, but learning in a way, learning of the game world. That it's not just, generic Los Angeles and you're a mob lord and, kill Johnny A because he killed your Mary, and then you'll find out it's not Johnny but Bobby, your best friend or whatever like that. So that the game actually has some story, not some generic shit pulled out of a file closet made 50 years ago in Hollywood. And that's what I wanted also to talk about. After my 752 games, now I actually recently played Doom and Grey Goo, the strategy game, so I actually played 754 games. I don't count mobile versions, so just PC games. I don't want the same thing I could see if I watched a movie from the 80s or I read a book from 200 years ago. No, I want something new. So now that we've discussed what the game should be, let's discuss if this game fulfills those needs. So first off, is it fun? Well, yes, it's fun. Gameplay is fun. Like I said, they took the aspect from Dark Souls, meaning that any mob can kill you if you're not careful enough, and that's like I said, that's interesting. It's not just a mash fest of buttons or whatever like that. It actually has some point to it, and it actually challenged you a bit, which I'm perfectly fine with. The main aspect of that is that you have a lot of options. After a while, combat, sure, it can become monotonous, but the second you forget combat, the second you think you can just rush in because you're 30 level or whatever, and just because you have your max weapons or whatever, if you're near end the game, you won't become god. Doesn't matter how much you grind it, unless let's talk about first, unless you kill citizens, and take their experience and become, I don't know, god level after 1 hour. I personally didn't do. I went for the good ending and I got it. If you don't do that, if you want a good ending, or if you don't force that too much, the game will be, I don't know, it'll be fun. Is it challenging? Yes, the game is challenging. It requires you to think a bit. It requires you to approach every combat with care. It requires you to use your brain a little. Some power of deduction or whatever. It doesn't force you too much, so I like that. I mean, like I said, I played Dark Souls. That game punishes you for a little mistake. This game is not. It's a little forgiving, but it won't forgive you if you go mindless into things. Nobody wants to sit through something and be like it's doing a task, to be like you're doing a shopping list or whatever. You want to be amused, first and foremost. So the second aspect, like I said, the RPG element, story, etc., etc. In my opinion, it's one of the best games you can play in 2018, and in my opinion, it's one of the best games for, I don't know, the last 4 years, because it fulfills every aspect a game should. It adds some spice to it. It's not mundane. It's not generic. I mean, yeah, the combat is similar to everything else. The story is not that different. It's not like Death Stranding or something like that. No, it's a game and it's fun. It's about vampires. It's fun. The combat is fun. All of those are tried principles of the game. And yeah, like I said, after 754 games now, I can say this is repetitive. You can find at least 10 other games with a similar combat system. You will find at least 10 other games with a similar storyline, etc., etc. But each one of those games has a certain lacking. It's either low budget, so you have, I don't know, errors and the game world is not as beautiful. You have people who disregard gameplay. They throw it out the window and they focus entirely on storyline, or the other way. They focus entirely on gameplay. This is the best game, in my opinion, because of its well-rounded. Now, this game will be fun, it will be challenging, and it will let you learn a little bit about London. It will let you learn a little bit of its storyline, about the vampires in this world, etc., etc. In my opinion, should you buy this game or should you not? Yes, definitely buy this game. Game that I think is worth it. It's the game that will be fun. It's the game that you will spend your money on, and that won't be ungratifying. It won't be like playing the game for a few minutes, a few hours, or a day or whatever, and after a while coming back to it and you're like, okay, why did I spend my money on? Why did I buy this? Why didn't I buy something else? This game won't make you regret it. It's fun, it's interesting, it's immersive. It's everything a game should be. So that's it, guys, for this video. I'm sorry if it's a rant, but I really wanted you to see this game, and it's really fun. If you have any questions, ask them in the questions down below. If you want to buy this game, you will see in the description box there will be a link to Steam. So yeah, buy this game, play it now. It's fun. You won't feel like you wasted your money or your time. It will provide a distraction from everyday hardship, and by all means, enjoy it.